Now you can tell the dentist you brushed before and after breakfast. On this episode of Problem Solved,
when was the last time you cleaned your light fixtures?
Look at what's inside there.
it's as easy as shake and bake.
This is my husband's pillow, and this stain is actually making me kind of concerned for himself.
Ooh, my cauldron is clean.
Bath fans work really hard, but they can get kind of dirty.
One of the foundational things for Problem Solved is cleaning. Cleaning everything, and especially that stuff that you forget to clean or don't clean as often as you think you should, right?
The biannual stuff. It's the biannual stuff that you really have to dig deep to clean.
Because of course you're like, okay, gotta do the laundry, I've gotta clean the toilet, I've gotta, do dishes. That's the normal routine
The normal stuff. Yeah.
But it is those appliances, it is those household fixtures that go years, forever, and you're like, oh no.
I think it's fair because people don't know how to clean this stuff, and it's hard to know how to clean the sort of weird things, so it's not like people just put it off on purpose.
Yeah.
They don't know how to clean it, they need a little help, and there are always really interesting hacks and ways to make cleaning this kind of weird stuff so much easier. If you notice that your ice maker is making funny looking or strange tasting ice, it's definitely time to give that baby a clean. Before you start cleaning your ice maker, if your ice maker has an option to turn it off right there, you can just turn it off, or you can unplug your fridge just so it's not making ice while you're trying to clean it. The first thing we're gonna do is just pull our ice box out. Put some muscle into it. Once I pour all the ice out of my ice box and get the ice cubes out of all those little crevices down there, I'm gonna clean the inside of the ice box with a sponge, soap, and water. As soon as you take the ice box out, you're gonna immediately see all those nasty little spots that need more attention. Gotta get in there. Once you're satisfied that you've washed it really well and cleaned out all the gunk and all the little crevices, you can rinse it with some warm water. You gotta make sure that after you clean and rinse, you get it completely dry with a dish towel before you put it back in so you can make sure that none of this freezes. I like using a good ice maker cleaner and descaler to really get in and clean the inside of my ice maker. You can get it at any home improvement store or online, or you can just use plain old dish soap and water. It's crucial that after you clean your ice maker, you wipe it completely dry. I use a dishcloth. Let's get back in there. When your ice maker's totally dry, you can put your ice box back in. Important thing to remember, the quality of your refrigerator water filter is the quality of your ice, so as a general rule of thumb, change it out every 6 months. Hey you. Don't forget to turn that fridge back on. My husband gets up before me every morning, and the first thing he does is make coffee. And he is, a huge proponent of it has to be fresh grounds. So he buys the whole beans and then he grinds them before he makes his coffee. And every morning when I go in there to make my coffee and my breakfast, there are coffee grounds everywhere. And I look at the grinder and I'm wondering to myself, when was the last time this thing was cleaned, and how does one clean this without it being a total disaster?
That coffee grinder goes neglected so much because you don't think you need to clean it, you don't think it's dirty, but it is. All that residue, all the soot, builds up. So you should keep that thing fresh, keep those gears clean.
Okay.
But the trick is no water.
No water?
Yeah, just dry clean it, which makes it super easy, I feel like.
Of course, grinding fresh beans will give you the best cup of coffee. But your grinder may be just full of old coffee grounds, which doesn't help. Residue can accumulate and oils can go rancid.
Here's how to clean a coffee grinder. I like to clean my grinder anytime I open a new bag of beans.
Burr grinders are great, especially if you're a coffee geek like me.
There are many different types of burr grinders out there, but here are the basics to get it clean. I like to lay down a towel. It's gonna help make cleanup much easier.
Check your manual and disconnect all the pieces. If you didn't keep your manual, you should be able to find most of them online. The main thing is you really want to avoid soap and water on any of the main components. So the tools I use are a dry towel,
my handy dandy toothbrush, and I just use it for cleaning kitchen appliances. Cotton swabs and toothpicks can also help. Start by wiping off as many of the loose particles as you can. All that fine powder, get it out of there. And this helps to brush out all those cavities. That toothpick will help you get between seals and cracks. This thing's about to be certified refurbished.
These are perfect to get in those hard to reach areas.
If you have all plastic pieces, you can give them a rinse, just make sure they're completely dry before using them again. See what I mean? Easy cleanup. Shake this out, toss it in the laundry.
Here's a simple trick to clean out a blade grinder.
A couple spoonfuls of white uncooked rice.
Just grind and the rice will take care of everything for you.
Just dump that rice and wipe everything out with a towel. It'll pick up all those oils and residue. Just be careful of those blades in there, but perfect.
This works on your blade grinders, but don't use it on your burr grinder. You're only gonna make more of a mess.
Now this is gonna be a fresh cup. It's definitely the out of sight, out of mind are the things that get neglected the most.
Yeah, I'm all about out of sight, out of mind. I mean, I completely subscribe to that mantra, out of sight, out of mind. And, you know, if it's my bathroom fan, so be it. I can't see it every day. But it does need to be cleaned, which, you know, I'm just like everybody else. I do clean the bathroom fan, I will say, once-ish a year, maybe. But, you know, in this particular bathroom, it's really small. It gets a ton of use. And so that fan is like doing some work. It is doing some work every single day trying to get the moisture out of there. So I finally went to clean it and I knew how to clean it, you know, and I knew that it needed to be done for the fan to function properly. And it still was an absolute disaster. It was so nasty. There were things falling on me, on my face. It was a disaster.
Particles in the mouth.
I recommend PPE for this project if yours is really bad. It needed to be done. And now it's actually doing its job, which is, you know, getting the moisture and all the nastiness out of that bathroom. And I think my husband was really grateful that I tackled that job because it was a dirty job. Bath fans work really hard to keep moisture, odors, and airborne contaminants at bay in your bathroom, but they can get kind of dirty. I'm gonna show you how to clean your bath fans so you can make sure that it keeps working properly and doesn't look like this. Before you do anything, turn the power off to the fan at the circuit breaker, and then you can pop the light cover off. It usually just has a couple of clips that you need to squeeze. After I take my light cover off, I can just scrub it with a brush and some soapy water. I'm just using a mild dish detergent, and that pretty much does the job. Then I can remove the bulb. And like I would on any light fixture, I'm gonna wipe down the bulb for max brightness. And then on most bathroom fans, this entire housing comes down with just unscrewing this one bolt. See, now it pops off. Unplug it to release it, and then you can bring the whole thing down to clean. This plastic trim I can clean in the sink with some dish soap and warm water and a scrub brush and get in all those nooks and crannies. But the housing I'm gonna wipe down with a warm cloth and some soap because I don't wanna get anything near that plug. After unplugging the motor, I'm gonna vacuum out the entire housing with my crevice attachment to get all that dust off of there. There's a good chance this is the nastiest job I've done in a while, but it's gonna feel so good when it's clean. After you vacuum to the best of your ability, you can wipe out all that sticky stuff with a damp cloth, and just be careful not to damage your housing, so go easy. You can reassemble it, it's super easy, super fast, and then pop your cover back on, and you're good to go. I seriously cannot believe how much better this looks, and now the fan can actually do its job.
Coming up on Problem Solved, waffle maker, more like troublemaker.
When was the last time you cleaned your light fixtures?
Look at what's inside there.
And later, it's as easy as shake and bake.
This is my husband's pillow, and this stain is actually making me kind of concerned for his health.
Especially if you have good quality stuff, you want that stuff to last forever.
So true.
I remember like my grandma had a crock pot that she still uses today
So true.
when she was married like 50 years ago, you know, like forever ago. These things work if you take care of them and if you clean them properly and keep them, you know,
So true.
they'll function forever.
My grandma has a vacuum cleaner that I think my mom said she got in like 1969.
Oh,
Still uses it, and it is absolutely pristine. Works like a dream.
back in the day, it was like you worked hard at a paycheck for that vacuum.
Yeah, right.
Now, you know, you
So much
order it
access.
online,
Yeah.
you ruin it, you get a new one.
Yeah.
So I think we need to get back to that place where
I
we
agree.
start
I agree.
honoring and respecting the nice things that we have to
Yeah.
keep them for as long as we can.
Our robot vacuum, it totally died on us, and you know, we just gave it a good like deep clean and got a new battery for super cheap and brought it back to life, and it works perfectly now. So it feels so good, you know, it's so empowering. You're like, I love this thing and it's working again. It's delightful.
Waffles can be a messy business. If you forget to spray, batter can stick, and then there's spillovers.
Waffle maker, more like troublemaker. This is the way to clean a waffle iron.
Now this is a bit extreme, but waffle makers can be challenging to clean. You actually want to start cleaning while the iron's hot, just make sure it's unplugged first.
Use a set of tongs and some damp paper towels to wipe things up. This will help get most of the mess before it bakes on. These tongs will help keep your hands away from the heat. Cooking spray also builds up while you're making waffles, and it's much easier to clean while it's warm.
Wooden chopsticks or a toothpick also help.
This helps get all those little crumbs, or with a damp paper towel.
I actually just came up with this because there's a bunch of stuff stuck in here and I needed to find something to clean it up, so I thought of this and you're welcome.
Let this cool the rest of the way while you enjoy breakfast. Where did that awful waffle go?
Once everything's completely cooled, you just need a final wipe down with soap and water.
Just a little is all you need. Now this is starting to look like new. For your standard waffle makers, you never want this in the sink or rinse it under running water.
My simple kitchen cleaning tool.
You should only need this if you have a really messy situation.
Now you can tell the dentist you brushed before and after breakfast. Lastly, a clean damp towel to wipe up any lingering soap.
Ready to waffle again. The next time you make waffles so you're not dealing with the mess on the counter, here's what to do instead. You can lay down some parchment.
Now that paper will catch any drips. A sheet tray also works great for easy cleanup.
My one cleaning rule has always been you don't have to do it all at once. I feel like people think that they need to clean their entire home, top to bottom, left to right, all in one day or all in one go, and it's no, you don't.
Yeah.
Pick one appliance you need to clean. Pick one room you need to clean. Even pick just the ceiling fan you need to clean. Just clean one thing a day.
Yeah.
And then it gets done. You don't have to do it all at the same time.
It makes it so much easier. I've recently adopted doing the one room in the morning cleaning job. Right when you get up, make your coffee, get a little breakfast. Before the family gets up or before you head out the door, just clean one small room or even like one small area of a room that you need to tidy up, and doing that every day of the week helps you slowly clean your whole house and makes it so much more approachable. You know, it's just like so much easier to consume the idea of cleaning when you're doing it in small bits like that.
Life's full of so many chores. Why overload yourself?
Yeah.
Break it up.
When was the last time you cleaned your light fixtures?
Here's how you clean the light fixtures in your home that definitely need some cleaning. The first thing you need to do before you clean any light fixture in and around your home is turn the light off. The first thing you want to do if you clean any flush mount in your home is take the cover off and then clean it in soapy water. Look at what's inside there. Just scrub, scrub, scrub with soapy water. I'm just using a regular old dish detergent for this and it works perfectly. While your cover's off, just unscrew your light bulb, set it aside to clean in a minute, and you can clean the inside and the outside of your base. Nice and dust-free. And you can always wipe down your light bulb just to make sure you're getting every component of this light clean. More brightness. Once you've dried all of your light components off, you can reassemble. Just be careful. All you need to do is screw it in so it hooks onto the lip. You can clean most pendant lights right where they are, and the first thing you're gonna do is unscrew the bulb. And then you can clean the outside and the inside with, you guessed it, a sponge and some soapy water. And don't forget to clean the chain that it's hanging from or the cord, whatever you have. And if you have tight little spots on your light fixture that have gathered a lot of dust like this, you can use a Q-tip. Oh yeah. After you're done cleaning, you can give metal and wood bases and fixtures a nice shine with some lemon oil. You can clean your recessed can lights, and if you want to do that for safety purposes, I always recommend flipping the circuit breaker first, but if you want to clean behind them, they usually just pop out pretty easily like that with little clips. This is truly disturbing, but I'm just gonna wipe it down with a cloth and some water and get all that nastiness out. Once you've cleaned the inside of this housing, you can just pop these back in so we can clean the outside. And now we can just wipe down the outside with a damp cloth. Now don't forget those outdoor lights, they're nasty. And we're just gonna start by wiping them down with some soapy water. A lot of outdoor light fixtures have glass covers or glass components, and that can become a nice little bug hotel, which is so gross. So we gotta clean that out. This just comes off with a couple little screws, and then I can pull it down and we can clean out the inside. I just washed this out with some soapy water, and now I'm gonna clean it with a little glass cleaner just to make it shine. Now that I have all the parts shiny clean, I can just reassemble. And if you have any kind of fabric shade, you can usually just vacuum it off with a vacuum cleaner and get all that dirt and dust off. If you're intimidated by cleaning some of the stuff like appliances or other weird, strange household things, once you do it one time and sort of get the concept down about what cleaning solution and method works for one thing, if there's another thing in the house that has some of the same functionality, like a motor or a fan or electrical or whatever it is, you already kind of have the basics down. So once you know how to clean some of this stuff, you sort of get in tune with the basics of cleaning all of these different kinds of things.
And there's so many little tips and tricks for other appliances where you don't even need to do the effort, do the cleaning. Let it soak, let it do its thing, and it cleans itself. And I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
When it comes to making meals, slow cookers are set it and forget it, but cleaning them can be an involved process. All that slow cooking can result in baked on food. Here's how to clean a slow cooker. Even after scrubbing, you could be left with tough residue and, odors of the meal you just cooked. Most inserts are removable and might be dishwasher safe, but for many slow cookers, this is a lot and might be too heavy to fit in your dishwasher. The best solution is to slow clean. Remove any remaining food and fill with water. Cover any residue or just an inch or so shy from the top. Add your favorite dish soap, shut it, and let it clean itself. Set it to low, then let it do its thing for an hour or up to 4 hours for really tough messes. Steam will help clean everything and that soap will break down all the greasy residue. After the time is done, just unplug it, let it cool completely, and all it needs is a quick rinse. So clean! What does a sloth use to cook its meals? A slow cooker. For another cleaning method, you can use my ride or die baking soda and vinegar. Add water. For a large slow cooker, you'll need about a cup of vinegar. And some baking soda for that 1-2 punch. Add the baking soda in slowly so it doesn't fizz up too much. Lid it, set it, forget it. Ooh, my cauldron of clean. Actually, don't forget it. Set this on low for about an hour to 4 hours. Same deal. When the time is done, unplug it, let it cool, rinse it off, and you've got a clean crock. Nice and clean, Grandma would be proud. Always watching over. Up next on Problem Solved. It's as easy as shake and bake.
This is my husband's pillow, and this stain is actually making me kind of concerned for himself.
I live by lists and calendars and reminders and stuff like
You're the
that. I
king.
feel like I talk about it all the time.
You're the list king.
Just remind yourself, keep a cleaning list of like weekly, monthly, and then like yearly.
Yeah.
And then that way you don't forget, or you have a place to go to of like, oh yeah, these are the things I forgot about.
Yeah, that's actually really smart. You could use your reminders app on your phone, and when you're cleaning something, like when I was cleaning the bathroom fan right after I'm done, I can just set a reminder. I know 6 months from now I should give it a go again, and I probably will have less dirt and dust falling on me if I just remember to do it regularly.
I don't use one, but I've heard of apps that kind of do home management for you.
Yeah.
So keeps your warranties in there, keeps all that information all in one place, all in one app, so
smart.
you can, service things, get things repaired, and all that, and you have a central location where all that stuff is reminding you or telling you like when the last time you got something fixed.
Well, this is crummy.
If you're using your toaster and it smells like smoke but doesn't quite taste like burning,
It could be those crumbs inside getting extra crispy.
it may be time to clean your toaster.
A toaster's convenient, but I'm gonna suggest you add one more step. After your toast is done,
Always remove and clean out that tray. It's as easy as shake
and bake.
Don't let that tray just collect crumbs for weeks. It only takes seconds to dump out and wipe off.
If you let those crumbs collect, they're just gonna burn and fill up your home with smoke.
That's like one of the quickest problem solves ever. Okay, wait, there's more. Make sure your toaster's unplugged and cool. Throw the toaster away and just get a new one.
Kidding!
Every once in a while, give it a good shake over a trash can to get rid of all those crumbs from the nooks and crannies. Some good chunks in there.
I also use a toothbrush that I keep just to clean my kitchen gadgets.
This definitely helps brush off the inside. Just try to avoid those heating elements. Ready to go again in just seconds. I'll toast to that. I love that satisfaction factor where it's like you see it the before and after from gross to clean.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh dang,
Yeah.
that was needed.
100%.
It was a desperate situation.
I mean, it's very embarrassing to do these and show people whatever it is that I was cleaning looked like before, but I'm okay sacrificing myself on the altar of the greater good. I mean, we cleaned pillows and the drool was real.
Ooh.
It was slightly scary, but I'm okay with the idea that that's probably a universal problem. People probably aren't deep cleaning their pillows every week, and I'm okay sacrificing myself for the betterment of humanity and clean pillows.
Yes, exactly. You got the fur baby, you've got the real baby.
Yep.
There's a lot of grime that needs to be.
Yep, a lot of grime. I'm
lot
not
of grime.
ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm just here to make it better.
Make it better.
The most important thing to know about cleaning your pillows is that there are different kinds of pillows and you can't clean them all the same way. The easiest way to learn how to properly clean your pillow is to check the tag for washing instructions, but you might not always have that. As a general rule, synthetic fiber pillows and down pillows can go in the washing machine, foam pillows cannot. But just know that all kinds of pillows can be spot cleaned. Before I start spot cleaning or washing any pillow, I like to vacuum it first because it's nasty and there's like dead skin cells and stuff on there. After vacuuming your pillow, you can go right to spot cleaning and stain treating those nasty yellow drool spots like you see here. I like to start by adding a mild detergent to some lukewarm water, using a microfiber sponge or a cloth, and seeing if that gets the stain out. I always spot treat my pillows before I throw them in the wash no matter what, because this just loosens up the stain and really gets it ready for the wash. The mild detergent wasn't quite cutting it with this stain, so I'm moving up to the Blue Dawn in a little bit of lukewarm water again, sponge, gonna see if that works. Drool, be gone. The Blue Dawn actually got most of my stain out, but sometimes you're dealing with some mega drool, so I like to use a stain remover for that before I put it in the wash. You don't need a ton of detergent to get them nice and clean. A little bit goes a long way. When I wash my pillows, I like to put my washing machine on a heavy-duty setting with warm water, and then I like to do a higher spin speed to really wring that moisture out. Remember, moisture is your worst enemy when it comes to pillows, and the best way to get all the moisture out is to put it in the dryer. That also helps it fluff back up. I like to put it on a medium to low heat and then just let it rock. While the other pillows and the cover for this pillow are in the washing machine, I'm gonna spot treat the foam insert. I'm gonna vacuum my foam pillow no matter what, but the first thing I like to do before I do that is add some baking soda on there and let it sit to get rid of any odors, and then I can just vacuum that up. A lot of people will recommend using vinegar and baking soda to spot clean a foam pillow, but I think it's actually more effective to use a liquid dish soap and just a little lukewarm water and scrub, scrub, scrub. Oh yeah, it's already coming out. Drool be gone, man. Drool be gone. And just remember, don't scrub too hard because you can tear the foam. This is my husband's pillow, and this stain is actually making me kind of concerned for his health. Next, you're gonna grab a sponge with clean water, and you're just gonna get all the soap out of your foam pillow so you don't have soapy water sitting in there. Now, if you're happy with how your stain looks and you've got all your soap out, you can use a hair dryer to dry your foam pillow, which I love because it's faster, or you can set it out to air dry somewhere. Now, if your foam pillow is super nasty and you can't clean it in the washing machine, like I told you guys, you can always hand wash it in the bathtub. All you have to do is submerge it in soapy water first, get it all nice and clean, drain it, put plain old water in next, submerge it, get all the soap out, and then just set it out to dry. Sounds pretty simple, huh?
I feel this about the robot vacuum. I feel like they have a personality. Anything that like moves
100%.
on its own and does its own thing,
Yeah.
I know it's a robot.
Yeah.
I know it's programmed.
100%.
But I always like talk to it and
Oh, yeah.
like think it has its own personality.
100%. I've named ours. I've completely named ours.
It's like a family member.
Yeah, I've chats with him about his strengths and things that maybe he needs to work on.
Doing great with the rugs, buddy,
yeah.
but I need you, this corner of the house
Yeah.
is being neglected, okay? Let's work on that.
And sometimes I'm like, are you not feeling that good? You seem like you're running into the same thing 7 times. Are you okay? Do we need to talk about it? Do you need a friend?
Therapy with your robot
With your
vacuum.
robot vacuum.
Come
No,
here,
I
robot
cherish that
vacuum.
thing. I really do cherish that thing. At the thought of it dying, I had a full breakdown. No, it will not die. It can't die now. It can't leave me.
Gave it little
Yeah.
compressions.
Clear. You can't leave me now, robot vacuum. Yeah, no, that thing's never gonna die because I'm just gonna keep bringing it back to life.
Thanks for watching Problem Solved. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and check out some of our other videos like these two right here.